16-year-old Lexi Zettel, her eyes glued to her iPod, drifts off the highway and heads for a signpost. With seconds to spare, she looks up and just barely avoids disaster.
That scared the heck out of us.
Like most parents, Patty says handing over the keys to Lexi, the youngest of 4 daughters, has not been easy.
You watch her drive out the driveway and it's just like, oh, there she goes, on her own.
So when their insurance company, American Family, offered to install the drive cam system in Lexi's car, Patty jumped at the chance. Lexi was less enthusiastic.
I honestly think it's like a spy cam. I would take it out.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
It records every mistake she makes. Here, Lexi hits the brakes while on an icy road outside her school. Spins out. The videos are then emailed home.
You're lucky we didn't have any damage to the front of the car with that.
I didn't hit the snow.
After a round of feedback, parents and teens can chart their weekly progress. American Family offers DriveCam free to all its customers with young drivers.
It creates an opportunity for parents to be involved even when they can't be side by side with their teenager.
And it works. A new University of Maryland study found that DriveCam turned teens into much safer drivers. And that's important because car crashes are the #1 cause of death for teenagers. The past year, Lexi herself lost 2 high school friends in horrific road accidents.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Department is on the scene of a fatal crash.
Those tragedies, along with DriveCam, she says, have made her a more cautious driver.
I wouldn't normally admit that, but I mean it has, because I'm more aware of what's going on because I don't want to set off the camera.
But what about the rest of us? Getting us to hang up and drive may take nothing less than the kind of cultural revolution
I'm gonna drive.
that turned the tide against drunk driving.
Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
We've just got to make this not cool.
Anti-distracted driving activist Jennifer Smith and her group Focus Driven say the time has come for radical change.
What do you want to see happen?
I will be out of a job when there's a total ban of all cell phone use while driving.
Complete cell phone prohibition. No handheld, no hands-free, no nothing.
This isn't about civil liberties and personal freedoms. I don't remember ever learning anything about the freedom in this country was to talk on the phone while you drove and put people's lives in jeopardy.
Smith's passion is deeply personal. As a real estate agent, doing business on her cell while driving had been second nature. Her transformation into a frontline activist started one day in 2008 when her mother, Linda Doyle, was involved in a terrible crash at this Oklahoma City intersection. 20-year-old Chris Hill, chatting on his cell phone, drove right through a red light he never saw. He slammed into Jennifer's mother at about 45 miles an hour. A doctor called with devastating news.
I'm sorry to tell you, your mom didn't make it. I remember I was standing by the front door and I heard him say that and I just fell to the ground.
Chris Hill pleaded guilty to negligent homicide and could have done jail time. But Jennifer and her sister asked the court for mercy, just probation and community service to tell others about his experience.
You know, this is a good kid, and we thought if he is speaking out and trying to help others, what good was sitting in jail for a year going to do for him? It would ruin his life for nothing.
Where'd that charity come from?
My mom. She was big on forgiveness.
The kid who killed your mom wound up benefiting from mercy that you learned from her.
Yeah. Yeah. And he knows that.
The question is, what will it take for the rest of us to wake up and give up on distracted driving? Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood says there is no more important battle, but that it will not be easy.
This is hard because we're trying to change dangerous behavior. But it's not any harder than getting drunk drivers off the road, which took 20 years. It's not any harder than getting 85% of the people to buckle up, which took 20 years. This is hard work, but it can be done.